This is the Dolphin Explorer E70, and it's one of the top models from Dolphin. It's a corded robotic cleaner with a 60-foot cord, smartphone app, and quad scrubbing brushes. But at $2,000, what if I told you another Dolphin cleaner, a nearly 40% wider suction pad, 25% more suction power, NanoFilters, same 3-year warranty, and built on Dolphin's commercial platform, all for hundreds of dollars less? I put it all to the test, backed by real-world data and a manometer readings. So before you click that buy button, stick around. This in-depth review covers everything you need to know. Hey, I'm Ryan with Actually Used, where we put the products to the test. We don't sit behind a screen and rave about how good a product is. We put real tests and research, from testing with a manometer, a device that measures suction power at the intake of the robot, to deep diving into the filtration system. We want you to know what you're getting before you buy, and if it's worth it. And let's just say, I have some thoughts on the Dolphin E70. On one hand, it provides a solid performance, especially compared to cordless brands I've tested, like the Iper and BeatBot. But at $2,000, there is definitely better value out there. And you may be thinking that you get a lot of extra features for the money, but surprisingly, you don't. And before we dive in further to the performance, that is my biggest complaint, the price tag. There are two other cleaners I had in mind that are a better buy, the Dolphin Premier and the Dolphin Sigma. Why'd I skip the Dolphin Explorer E70 and grab a Sigma or a Premier instead? I spent a while testing between these robots, and here's the bottom line. The Explorer E70 is good, but the Sigma and Premier do more for less. When you line up the specs and what really matters day to day, the math just doesn't favor the E70. Performance. So for over $2,000, you expect standout performance from the Dolphin Explorer E70, right? Especially when it's been marketed as one of the top tier models. But after putting through the real world test, the results were honestly a little underwhelming. On paper, the E70 Sigma and Premier are all rated at 4,500 gallons per hour. That sounds impressive, but that spec doesn't tell the full story. For example, much of that flow rate can come from the water jets used for propulsion, not actual suction at the intake ports where debris is collected. And that's what really matters. If your cleaner can't generate strong suction at the source, it won't pull in heavy debris. It will just swirl it around. That's why I tested each robot using a manometer, a tool that measures suction pressure directly at the intake. It's the only way to get objective apples-to-apples numbers. Here's what I recorded. Dolphin Explorer E70 around 1.7 psi. Dolphin Sigma around 2 psi. Dolphin Premier around 2.2 psi. These numbers say a lot. The E70 came in noticeably weaker than both the Sigma and the Premier. That's a 25% difference in suction power between the E70 and the Premier. The Premier in particular felt like a suction beast. It also benefits from its oversized leaf bag or NanoFilter option. So it's not just collecting more, it's doing a better job filtering what it collects. The E70, for all its modern features, Wi-Fi control, temperature sensors, bundled caddy, falls behind in one area that matters the most, cleaning performance. And if you're paying top dollar, that shouldn't be the trade-off. Features are nice, but suction is non-negotiable. The Pro Line advantage. Missing on the E70. Sigma and Premier sit inside Maytronic's Pro Line family, meaning they borrow hardware from the commercial grade Wave series. That includes commercial grade motors, 4,500 gallons per hour flow for stronger vacuum and longer life. NanoFilters, Gen 2 media that traps the talcum fine stuff ordinary cartridges blow straight through. They both clean the pool well, but I found the dual basket on the E70 a bit of a hassle to rinse out. Honestly, I ended up preferring the NanoFilters and cartridge setup. It's easy to deal with and keeps the water looking better faster. I'll talk more about filters in a little bit. Wear it clean, full pool coverage that gets the job done. One thing the Dolphin Explorer E70 absolutely nails is coverage. It's designed to clean the floor, walls, and waterline, and it does a solid job across all three. Unlike some robots that struggle to climb, only handle flat surfaces, the E70 grips the pool walls confidently and scrubs all the way up the waterline with consistent passes. During testing, it handled everything from fine dust to larger debris like leaves and acorns without any issue. The dual layer basket does a good job of separating out the gunk. Even though it's not as advanced as the NanoFilter system, it still picks up a surprisingly amount of debris in a single cycle. Whether you got vinyl, fiberglass, or gunite pool, the E70 adapts well and moves with purpose. It doesn't wander aimlessly. It follows a smart cleaning pattern that ensures full coverage and rarely misses any spots. If your main concern is reliable, full surface cleaning and solid debris pickup, the E70 definitely delivers on that front. Filtration flexibility. One size doesn't fit all. Before we can even talk about how wide the cleaning path is, it's worth looking at what happens after the debris gets sucked in, because not all filters are created equal. The Dolphin Premier gives you full control with its multimedia system. You can pop in NanoFilter panels for fine dust and algae, switch to a massive leaf bag in the fall, or even use disposable debris bags for a quick cleanup. It's basically the Swiss Army knife of filtration. The Sigma takes a slightly simpler approach, but still delivers, and includes both NanoFilters and standard filter baskets. So whether you're dealing with pollen or fine silt, you got the right tool for the job. The E70, you get one dual layer basket and that's it. No upgrades, no swapping. It works, but you're stuck with what's in the box. No way to optimize for different seasons or pool conditions. And that leads us right into the next issue, cleaning pad. Size matters more than you think. The E70's intake is only 6.5 inches wide, while the Premier is 9 inches, and the Sigma stretches to 9.5 inches. That might not sound like much, but it's a 40% difference in width, and that means a lot fewer passes to clean the same area. Wider cleaning paths don't just clean faster, they clean better. They scoop up more with every pass, grab larger debris without kicking it aside, and reduce the time and energy it takes to fully clean the pool. In our test, the Sigma and the Premier finished the job faster and left fewer missed spots behind. So, between the limited filtration options and the narrow cleaning path, the E70 ends up feeling less flexible and less efficient, all while still costing more. App experience. Better than most, but not a game changer. The Explorer E70 uses the My Dolphin Plus app, and to be fair, it's better than what you'll get from most cordless robots, like Iper or BeatBot. For starters, it actually stays connected underwater, which those others notoriously struggle with. You can start and stop cleanings, schedule weekly runs, choose a cleaning mode, and even check some basic data, all from your phone. That said, it's the same app used by Sigma, and the only real extra you get with the E70 is a temperature sensor. Nice to have, sure, but not exactly a must-have feature. There's no live mapping or location tracking. Still, it's more functional than most app-controlled robots out there, and miles ahead of the Bluetooth-based setups that disconnect constantly. I just can't help but to wish it had some more features that really justify the price over the Sigma and other Wi-Fi models. All covered, 3-year warranty. Here's one place where they're all equal, the warranty. All come with a full 3-year warranty, which is the best you'll find in the consumer pool robot market. That gives you some peace of mind, especially when you're dropping over $1,000 on a cleaner. But when you look at what you're getting for the price, especially with the filter flexibility, cleaning power, and real-world performance, is the Dolphin Explorer E70 worth it? Honestly, not really. The E70 looks good on paper with its bundled caddy, Wi-Fi, and sleek design. But once you get past the surface, it feels like a mid-tier robot dressed up to hit a higher price point. The filtration is decent, the cleaning path is narrow, and while the app works well, it's not exclusive to this model. For the price point, there are simply better performing options that are cheaper, better alternatives. If you want top tier performance and full tech features, go with the Dolphin Sigma. It offers Wi-Fi, NanoFilters, triple motors, and a wider cleaning pad, all built on Dolphin's Pro Line platform. For hundreds less. If your pool deals with heavy debris like leaves or acorns, the Premier is your best bet. Its multimedia filtration gives you unmatched flexibility. And it works when it comes to raw, suction, and power. Both give you the same 3-year warranty, superior cleaning, and better long-term value than the E70. And lastly, if you want a robot that is even less, go with the Dolphin Quantum. It has the same larger oversized filter basket at around half the price. It's the entry-level Pro Line robot and cleans like a pro. Final thoughts. The Dolphin Explorer E70 isn't a bad robot, but at the price, not bad isn't good enough. While you're paying extra for a bundled caddy and a temperature sensor, if you're investing in a pull robot to make life easier, you're better off with a model that offers more power, better filtration, and proven results. The Premier and Sigma both deliver that, and they do it for less. So more of the story. If you like the Dolphin Explorer E70, buy the Dolphin Sigma or the Dolphin Premier. It's a way better value, and it isn't missing anything that the E70 has that you need. That's all for this review. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.